Hey people, CzarThwomp here, and welcome to episode 46 of Ace Investigations 2. Last time, we basically determined that the autopsy report was crap. It basically had a falsity, and that basically the murder of the wounds was reversed. Blaise testified. Edgeworth tried to break through, but more or less it devolved into just the believe in you, who believes in me sort of thing, something out of a movie, and Kay remembers Bull.
Prosecutor Edgeworth, please ask her to clarify.
Well, Kay, what do you mean by bull?
I'm talking about that the chairman is bullcrap. I remember now. The person in the red raincoat had that with her. The stuffed bulldog. I'm certain of it.
Is that true? Is that true, defendant?
Yes, Your Honor.
The court hereby accepts the defendant's statement as a new piece of testimony. Quit messing around, Courtney! A testimony like that can't be accepted, you know!
Your objection has been noted, sir. However, the testimony about the victim's belongings
has been lacking up until now. Nevertheless, you know, her vague memories cannot be trusted, you know! That's like trusting Sebastian with information!
Her memories are vague? That would be bad for us as well.
No, it wouldn't, because you see, we wouldn't be revealing that card!
Didn't you say this earlier yourself, Mr. Chairman? Since we have the suspect's confession, we don't need to worry about the trivial details. If we decide to doubt her memories, then we must also doubt her confession, which is the main foundation of our case. Are you willing to do that, sir?
You're right. Well, never mind then. I shall leave it to you.
Thank you very much.
Well, we did it! It was touch and go for a while there, though. However, those words of Judge Courtney just now, it almost feels as if she is on our side.
Prosecutor Edgeworth, do you know anything about that stuffed animal?
The stuffed animal Kay spoke of must have been this. We found it in the storeroom. It is believed to be one of the items for auction.
This is... do you know something about it, Justine? No, it's just a bit different from what I imagined.
Indeed, it certainly is not what I would have expected the victim to be carrying. Let's examine every suspicious-looking nook and cranny. The right horn seems to be fine, but the entire balance feels a bit off.
This horn, it looks like you can move it.
What?
What was that buzz? What was that buzzing sound?
It seems this toy is equipped with a recording device. And
I knew it was you right away. You can't hide that burn mark from me. Silence, huh? I've been waiting for my chance to get revenge all this time. Ah!
Is this the moment of the murder?
Who could record something like this?
I know, I just spoiled it for you. I just spoiled it all, and I am not sorry. You know who the murderer is. You know how things are going down. There ain't no doubt about it. This here was what I heard.
We cannot verify what these voices were recorded. It's also possible that they aren't related to the case at all. If only we had some video as well.
That's hogwash. I'm telling you that right there was the conversation that I heard. The victim was holding on to it, right? I reckon it must have been recorded when she got attacked.
That certainly is a possibility. However, your testimony alone is insufficient. I require something with a little more credibility.
Again, her words. It almost sounds as if she's trying to give me advice. Judge Courtney, there's no mistake that those voices were from the incident. Please recall the audio that was recorded by the stuffed animal. I knew who you were right away. You can't hide that burn from me. If we compare this part of the recording with a certain piece of evidence, we can prove it. This evidence shows that the recording took place during the moment of the crime. Yes, basically we have the gloves. Okay, like I said, I know it's the fact that the testimony that we're doing. Okay, here it is, autopsy report.
The autopsy report? And exactly what part of the autopsy report shows that?
Basically, we have burn mark. clearly what the voice said. You can't hide that burn from me. On the victim's hand, there was a burn mark.
Indeed! It just happened to match up, you see, but what of it?
According to case testimony, the victim had been holding the stuffed animal, and it just happened to record a characteristic of the victim, namely the burn. That's just a coincidence. I mean, it could happen, right?
I do not think so. It's still hard to believe that all of this is simply a coincidence. The voices on the stuffed animal were most likely recorded during the incident.
One of those voices must belong to the true culprit. From what we've heard, it must have been the one who was doing the most of the talking.
But what's the point? In that end, we still can't tell their gender or identity, you know?
Indeed, because they had been using voice changes, it can't be helped.
It seems the situation has become quite clear. The conversation Miss Hart overheard was between the culprit and Miss Crane.
That's what I've been telling you from the start. And from this, we will understand a new fact.
Please enlighten us, then. I trust you have no objections, Mr. Chairman?
Do what you want. According to Miss Hart's testimony just before the incident, two people came up from the auction hall using the lift. It must have been the conductor and one of the auction guests. They only went there to settle the payment after winning a bid. And then it was there that the crime was carried out. Since the auction continued after the crime took place, we are led to a single truth. Yes.
Basically, we know that the culprit is the conductor.
Since the conductor was the only one who could keep the auction going, we can conclude that the deceased victim could not have been the conductor.
Justine! Please be quiet here, okay? Have a cookie, Sebastian. Just take the cookie. Okay, Justine. My cookie, B! And then Blaise just shoves Sebastian down to the ground and steals his cookie. And then starts eating it right like, chocolatey. Pop, why'd you take my cookie? Shut up, Sebastian. And then Blaise just stomps his foot right in Sebastian's crotch. My crotch! I saved the universe!
If the conductor was not the victim, then they must have been the culprit.
Please wait. That alone is insufficient.
Of course, even I do not intend to rely only upon the process of elimination. Certain traces left at the crime scene led me to believe that the culprit is the conductor.
Well then, please show us.
However, the traces left at the crime scene that led me to deduce that the culprit was the conductor.
Basically, you have to find it. Where is it? The conduct. Yeah, basically. Oh great, this is one of those things where I'm just not even sure. Okay. Let's be honest. I don't quite understand. Even if you don't understand, everyone else probably does. I think there are people besides my idiots who don't understand, you know. No! It seems that wasn't it. Oh, great. I'm overthinking things. I know basically that Blaise is the conductor. Blaise is the culprit. Anyways, let's just get going. I swear, if I get another game over on this... Okay. Yes, the trace is up. If I get this wrong, please, I apologize. And we're doomed. Okay, more fun for all. I am sorry that we're getting game over upon game over. It was a long time coming. Where I basically, yes, I know. Nothing you can do, Edgeworth. Nothing you can do. Leather book. I know you, leather book. Come on. This is why I save. This is why I do things. I know, I'm ashamed of humanity. I was about to say humanity.
gonna keep getting game overs, aren't we? Just Blaise's steering face, just right. Yes, I know! The truth was lost forever. Yes, I know! Truth lost forever. Book, leather. I swear, like I said, the game's logic just gets me at times. And you're gonna see that gay horse like about 5-10 times. It's like Bridge the Turnout with Larry and the Crows. Come on. After the crime scene. Okay. It's not that, it's not that, it's not that. What am I missing? Okay, another game over. How many game overs can CzarThwomp get in a single episode? Like I said, me and Sebastian Clash the Titans. We can make things happen. Oh, come on, what am I missing? What am I missing? I played this case before. I have watched this case before. I spent a lot of time with this case. But yeah, I apparently can't do this grab right. Okay. Traces. Traces. Key card record? I don't know anymore! Ah, freaking. What is wrong with me? Okay, come on. Okay. Okay, from save point. Yeah. Okay. Really, what is it? What am I doing wrong? Meeting room blood? I'm trying all the blood! Of course! Of freaking course! Why? Why? This is what I mean! You're like, oh, I'm presenting the blood in the freaking lift that dripped down into the meeting room. I'm presenting the max that was left on K. Everything that was left on K that could very well have shown that the conductor was behind this. The culprit purposely left a large amount of blood in the meeting room. In doing so, we were led to believe the meeting room had been the scene of the crime. It was a ruse by the true culprit to hide the blood that had fallen from the storeroom. So we wouldn't find out about the existence of the black market auction, correct? Indeed, if the culprit had been unrelated to the auction, there would have been no need to do such a thing. Ergo, the culprit could have only been the conductor. Well then, do you have any idea as to who the conductor might possibly be? The auction hall is at the P.I.C. meeting room, and furthermore, there's a storeroom above it. The conductor must have been, at the very least, a member of the P.I.C. so? In other words, you suspect me, I take it.
Isn't it natural to suspect you, the one with the most authority in the P.I.C.?
Why the hell aren't you suspecting Justine? She had that damn keycard record. You are quite capable, I'll give you that much at least. But you know, like I said before, you're all far too naive. You have nothing, you know. There's no evidence that proves I am the culprit, you see. If by some chance you do have evidence, then why don't you present it?
Do I have evidence that Blaise is the culprit?
No, because this is Blaise we're talking about. He actually knows to get rid of evidence. He's not Manfred, who writes letters to people that he's gonna have handled murders. Nor is he Gant, who basically just... Nor is he Gant, who has incriminating evidence kept in a safe in his office that he uses with the code 777777. Blaise actually gets rid of his evidence. Blaise actually knows how to hide his sins from the world. Except when he wants to make them obvious.
Blaise himself has suggested that he is the criminal. He's been showing that strange self-confidence for a while now. He knows that there's not a single piece of evidence left behind to incriminate him.
If you play with fire, you're gonna get burned, Edgeworth! Just kidding! I always wanted to say that, you know. Well then, Courtney.
I reckon I'll just remember something too. What? You also lost your memories? Nah, that ain't it. Something just popped in my head right now. Very well. Please tell us.
Courtney, could you tell me what you're doing?
Prosecutor Edgeworth will not give up until we have destroyed every last possibility.
Yes, that's why I'm going to kill him in his sleep. That's why I'm going to have some big guys just kill him in his sleep, or him in a car or something, you know? Just silence it permanently.
I'm destroying every possibility so that he will never oppose us again.
I can do that myself, you know.
Justine, I don't really know what's going on, but well said. Pops, I'm gonna help too. After all, he's the one who's wrong.
Oh God, it's just 2 versus 1. Fine then, let's hear what she has to say.
Well then, Miss Hart, please proceed. Sure thing, leave it to me. Please make sure you only tell the truth. I ain't that mad, of course. I'm a bona fide journalist of justice, you know. Somehow I feel uneasy. Y'all said the culprit was the conductor, right? That means the victim was a customer. Now here's where it gets a mighty strange. You see, there were 11 people at the auction. When the auction continued after the incident, I went down on over and snuck a peek down below. You don't mean? That's exactly what I mean. And all 11 people are still there, present and accounted for. What? Are you sure about that? Sure, I'm sure. I saw it with my own 2 eyes. So it started with 11 people, and there were still 11 people after the murder. What? Was it a ghost? Yes, Sebastian was starting the freaking Yasuhiro Kagure. The Yasuhiro, basically, thing before it became a thing. He was hero before he was hero, before hero was hero.
You know, Sebastian, normally a prosecutor would call that a contradiction, you know. Look what I deal with, Edgeworth! You wonder why I murder? Look what came from my seed! Look what freak of nature sprouted from the seeds I had sown!
Were there really no change in the auction at all? Really? I'm telling you, the auction just went on like normal. But there was one itty-bitty thing, though. What was it? You know those hammers you always see at an auction? Like the one that ladies use over there? An auction gavel, perhaps? Yup, that's the one. All of a sudden, I couldn't hear the sound no more. It had been banging away just prior to that. The sound of the gavel does not have anything to do with the case. If Miss Hart's testimony is the truth, then this matter has taken a grave turn. If the victim was neither the conductor nor customer, the very foundation of Prosecutor Edgeworth's reasoning would collapse. Justice prevails, as they say. I hope you learned your lesson, Mr. Edgeworth. Mr. Edgeworth, there really is nothing we can do.
It's all we get. Some mysteries still remain. I have to think. If I don't, Kay will be... Did you get the answer you wanted this time? Well then, a deal's a deal.
Please wait, Mr. Chairman. I do believe... Oh, sorry about that. I actually was saying. There are still a few mysteries left in this case. Until we have solved them all, we cannot call this a complete victory. Isn't that right, Prosecutor Edgeworth? I was expecting you to shout, "Hold it!" like you always do.
Yes, of course. Once again, Judge Courtney has come to my aid. Well then, what is it? What sort of mysteries are left?
Well, of course, there's the contradiction in the autopsy report.
That kind of thing? Darn planes! Always flying over my house. I brought her in!
What's wrong? Why were you suddenly called in here? Did someone suddenly get sick? I'll begin preparing a conference. Start! Ow! What'd you call me in here for?
What'd you call me in here for? Did something happen?
Dr. Young, Miss Jensen, you have my gratitude for taking the trouble to come here. This won't take long, so please relax.
Tell me what Blaise is going on!
Of course, we called you here because something came up.
Judge Courtney, just what are you planning?
Bonnie Young, under the divine rule of law, you please answer truthfully. There were no mistakes in your autopsy report, correct?
Granny would never make a mistake!
That's certainly strange.
Huh? What's strange?
This court has found an error in Miss Dr. Young's autopsy report. Dr. Young, please tell the truth. Did you falsify the autopsy report?
That's terrible! How can you accuse her of that?
I have no idea what you're talking about! Why would I do such a thing in the first place?
To protect the true culprit, of course.
What you talking about? I would never do such a thing! The first ever different strokes reference in an Ace Attorney game.
How strange. In that case, why would there be an error in the autopsy report, I wonder? Prosecutor Edgeworth? What do you think?
What's with that plane? It's been like flying over for several seconds. Like, just circling my area?
Oh, I expected you to press into her statement like you normally do.
Why is she taking control of the situation trying to help me? I don't know what her goal is, but I must play along. If the autopsy report you gave to Sebastian had been authentic, then the error should not have been there.
Wait a minute! I didn't do anything!
That is what we will figure out from this point on. Sebastian, did you try to update the autopsy report? Because I know that trick! Firstly, Dr. Young, I'd like to hear your testimony.
Why do you want to hear testimony? It would just be pointless.
I will be the one who decides whether or not it's pointless, not you.
There are patients waiting for us. But Granny! Ow, anyways, we don't have time for that.
Is there any way I could convince you? This is of the utmost importance.
Mr. Miles Edgeworth, Granny says she'll testify, so please try to finish this quickly. If we don't return soon, there will be people in terrible suffering.
In that case, keep things moving, because you see, I'm in terrible suffering with this little git. And yet you were lollygagging about on the viewing platform earlier. I promise you, this won't take long. Only if she tells the truth, of course. Those eyes.
There are no mistakes in Granny's autopsy reports.
I've been working with corpses longer than you've been alive. There's no way I'd make a mistake in writing the autopsy report.
Ow!
I got nothing gained from falsifying the autopsy report.
It's what she said. See, there's nothing changed at all.
Yes, that's right, you know. There's no way she would falsify, you see.
Under the name of the goddess of law, do you swear that this testimony is true?
Of course! Granny would never tell a lie!
We were asking Dr. Young. We do not need to hear from a third party.
I'm not a third party! I'm on Granny's side!
Really, what is it with that plane? If you raise object to my testimony, you best prepare yourself, you ex-prosecutor. I will definitely expose the contradiction in this autopsy report. Yeah, but the thing is, one thing that's interesting though is that basically Dr. Young, she's 60 years old. Blaise is 68. Blaise, yeah, she looks about 1 billion years older than Blaise. Literally, Blaise survives by sucking the souls of the innocent. You see, I go in and I absorb the souls of babies. That's my weekend thing. So, you're saying that Dr. Young couldn't have falsified it?
Of course, doctors can't afford to make mistakes. This is a world where just one misdiagnosis is getting a long career. I know what my granny, and at least would never...
I did something like that, you'd think they'd lure you around a hospital. So in your long career, you never once made a mistake? A doctor's only as good as the length of their track record. Heh, if we're talking about a lengthy track record, that former chief prosecutor has one too. And yet his actual abilities don't seem to measure up. I hope that you're not the same as well. Don't you Sebastianize me! Ouch, that's a low blow, you know. You know, if you really want to compare track records, why don't you talk about your former mentor, the guy who flipped out over a single penalty? But you know, Edgeworth, I don't make mistakes either, you see. Because, you see, before I can make a mistake, those around me will have already made it instead. Yes, now you get basically that glorious difference between Blaise and Manfred, in that basically, Blaise, he's not a perfectionist in that basically, he's gonna basically go for the best effort, he's gonna put high standards on himself and on others, like Manfred does. No, with Blaise, he's gonna make a crap ton of mistakes, but then he's just gonna shovel it on everyone else. You see, I don't have time for mistakes, it's quite amazing, you know, it must be karma. You can't compare a chief prosecutor with a doctor! You really can't! The victim wore this raincoat after suffering a blow to the head, and yet there was not a single drop of blood on the front of the raincoat. Therefore, it's impossible for the head wound to have been post-mortem.
Well, that's... Ow!
I don't need you to tell me that! That's what I wrote down from the very beginning! The autopsy report says the head wound was post-mortem. That's completely different!
Yeah!
I relayed that Karen what to put down in the autopsy report. After that, it was none of my beeswax. Relayed to Karen. Please elaborate on that. I would like to verify once again what you saw when you examined the body.
Like we said out. Oh, well, about that.
She was done by a thumb to her noggin.
Dr. Young, do you know what happened?
Before she died, of course, the wound to her chest was post-mortem.
That's what I relayed
to Karen, so that's what should have been written in the report. That's what you relayed to her, huh? I'm finally beginning to see the truth. I want to say, because I never know with how things are, I want to make sure that I'm not getting another game over. I'm at least maintaining some semblance of dignity. Okay. Okay, anyways, basically go present the autopsy report. This is what I mean! Oh, I gotta get another game over. Dr. Young, please confirm what this autopsy says with your own eyes.
I love you. Oh.
This autopsy report wasn't written by me? What? What do you mean? We'll answer that next time. Anyways, I really appreciate you sticking around and watch episode. You're going to be over. Come back for the next one. If you like the video, like, subscribe, comment, share, do whatever you want with. I'll see you later. Bye.